Again, welcome to our continuing education event with B Labs and David Anderson and team. The ASFA would like to thank you for participating and also let you know this is something we plan to do with our vendors moving forward. We want to make sure that if we're doing all of this work to bring in really great companies to partner with, that you're educated on not only the products themselves, but little keywords to listen for when you're talking to your customers that can maybe connect you to the right product, the best product for them. So in a lot of instances, these inhalers are going to be that solution. So I'm going to turn it over to David and his team so he can chat with you guys about the science behind their product and the best fit as far as the product goes for your customers.
Great. Thank you so much, Aubrey. Thanks for the opportunity. I'm Dave Anderson with BE Labs. I'm the sales, marketing, and e-commerce operations director for everything here. We'll have with us today Steve Roy, who is going to be your point of contact for all of the sales, educational, support related, any problems, any issues. He's your guy. And our CEO and owner, William Spilo, will be joining us today. And he's the brains behind the operation, all the formulas, and all the technology we've developed here. You won't meet today Alex Quillen, who's our operations director and oversees everything lab related, but he's a key member of the team as well. So I wanted to just give Steve a chance to say hi. Hopefully anybody who's ordered anything so far, who's had any samples or any orders, has heard from him. He's been diligently trying to follow up with everyone and wants to make sure he is available and ready for you at any time. So I'll let Steve just say hi quick.
Briefly, hello everybody, and thanks for attending. We're excited about the partnership. I've talked and emailed with most of you that have registered or placed orders. I look forward to meeting the rest of you as soon as possible. My phone number and email are everywhere, especially on the Shaman order page. And I'm here for any questions or concerns that you have. Most of your questions so far have been about education or how to place an order or lost password and that kind of stuff. But I'm here for anything you need. Back to Dave.
Yep. And we're going to do that here inside. We'll run through what we've created for you. If you don't know already, is a dedicated portal page that is a sub-page of our website that is dedicated to American Shaman, where anybody who is with American Shaman can register an account and you'll handle all your ordering and everything through that portal. So I'll run through that quick. Just a little background, if you're not familiar with us, we're a manufacturer of CBD and other health and wellness products. We've been around since 2015. We are Colorado based. The lab is out in Golden, Colorado. And we're a CGMP certified manufacturer. We manufacture and market a full line of products under different brands of our own, as well as doing white label and custom manufacturing for others. So these inhalers you'll see are under the CBD LUXE brand. That's kind of our flagship original brand that we have. And you can learn more about us. I'll show you real quick on the portal page as well. But again, we're very proud. We've gone through this vetting process with the Shaman Franchise Association, and we're really proud to be here. So I'm going to just jump and show you this portal. If you don't see, if I look like I'm not looking at you, I have another screen over here, and I'm just going to run through this. So I hope you can see okay on the screen. This is the portal address is americanshaman.belabs.shop. And that would get you to the home page, which is this home page. And from this page, this takes you to a learning page, but this is where you're going to start. You're going to either log in if you're an existing customer, or you're going to register if you have not yet. So when you go to register, this will be where you start. Now, just for fun, I'm going to show you what a login looks like. So we'll log in under my contact, and I will be into the site. So from here, as I mentioned, that you can learn a little bit more about BE Labs. And this is a whole, just a little bit more background on who we are and what we do, and a little tour of the facility and some of the information, some of the other brands we manufacture and market through our own operations. And this is what Steve was talking about on the contact page. You can always get a hold of him here. This gets you to the lab if you have any other issues, but this is Steve's contact information. If you feel like dropping a line through the contact form, you can do that as well. I'm going to just run you through these testimonial page. So this is kind of key. This gives you, these are all testimonials that have been vetted and approved by the corporate franchise, the association. So these are things you can use in marketing, anything you want to put in print, anything you want to put on the web, anything you want to use in social media. These are vetted testimonials that you can use. Now, on our site at cbdlux.com, you will see any number of other testimonials that have a lot of different customer experience testimonials that you can find there. But I just want, and you'll get a lot of insight into how people are using these products. But I just want to be clear that if you're going to print or use anything in marketing, that it's important from the corporate side that you use their vetted testimonials. So I wanted to show you quick on the shop page what we've put on here for products. First of all, you've got a little information at the top. What we do is that the MSRP on these is $79.99. What we've done for you, we have quantity discounts when you order cases. So when you order a case, you'll get 5% off anywhere from 1 to 5 cases, and it goes down from there. What we've done as a special offer to begin with is a sample offer, just so you can get at least up to 2 of each of these at 50% off. So that's something you can take advantage of one time for now to get started, and you can test the samples that for each of those. We also just, so you'll see at the margins we run here are 60% minimum, and that's even at a single unit price. So the single unit is running $32, and with an MSRP of $80, that's a 60% margin. And we've just also added for you free shipping, just so it's easy for everyone to get started. So I think that's, I hope that will help people be able to take advantage. So we've done something very specific for you. We created a point of purchase display case. So this case is a great starter case with 16 units. It has 4 of each in there, and the case turns into a POP display once you get it, and once it arrives in your store, you can turn it into a POP display with a little bit of information. It's got a QR code on it that will take you to take the customer to an information page with a little bit more info on it. I'll show you that here in a second. Let's see, maybe we can see a few shots of what this display case looks like. So you're looking at a little bit of information here. Simply the fastest acting, most efficacious CBD product on the market. And you'll see it from, you can see it from different angles. It's branded with some Shaman branding as well as our BE Labs branding. And that's what it'll look like when it comes to you. And then you can turn it into that POP display case. So hopefully you sit on your counter or wherever you want in a high traffic area. Just so you know, when we do, there is refills, quantities of 12 cases. Those don't come in boxes. You'll only have you'll have the display box that you can reuse. And if you ever need to replace that display box, you can always, or need any extras, you can just buy one as a display box itself. So otherwise, you're welcome to buy any number of individual units along the way. And again, use your sample code up here to get started if you want to try some. Is that a question? No. Okay, so I want to, and then the rest here we have on the inhaler information page. This is a franchisee facing page for all of you. The point of purchase page is very, very similar. It just doesn't have any of the navigation or any of our contact information on it. It's just a very generic page for customers to look at with all of this information. So I wanted to say we'll be trying to add more to this portal for you along the way, like to add like more assets, like some coupon designs and things like that that will add into like your account page. So we'll try to keep you updated as new things are added. We were thinking about adding maybe a kind of a chat forum or something so that we can have some back and forth. And if you have questions and you want to post your experiences, what we really want to do is make this as interactive and community-based as possible. Make sure that you're all getting as much as you can out of this, and we're sharing information and sharing experiences back and forth. So
Rob's custom corner piece, so incredible, right?
Like,
Oh yeah, you look at the wood, you can see where he's gonna run the lights.
So
Yeah, I think that was Matt.
do you have a question?
No, I think he just muted, so I think he was just
Okay,
on by
okay.
mistake.
Good enough, good enough. I'm about done with that. What I want to do is kind of give a chance to go through the inhaler information. I'm sure everybody's got lots of questions. We have Will on the line. I want to show you what's on this page, give you just a taste of this. This is a brain scan video we've done with a doctor, Dr. DeBrinket. This is very interesting as far as what you can see.
No audio.
Oh, you can't hear this?
Nope. I
Okay.
can't.
That's good. It's fine. You guys should all check this out. It's a very interesting kind of visual demonstration of what is actually happening in the brain when you're using the product, and how quickly it acts, and how well it works. We're going to go down here just to see what's on this page. We're going to go through formula by formula. So I have William here. He's the CEO, the owner, the designer of all these products. So I want him to take you through one at a time what each of these are all about, what's in them, why they work, etc. So I'm going to turn it over to Will right now.
Thanks, Dave. I appreciate the time, and thanks everybody for showing up. As Dave said, we're really excited about this relationship with American Shaman. We've always been in admiration of the franchise program you guys run, the quality of products. So I think it's a proud moment for us to get to sit on your shelf. So that's one thing I'd like to clearly state. Regarding to the product, this is definitely our flagship product. It's something I use personally every day. I travel with one. I carry one in my office. I use it when I'm, doing sports outside, everything. So I'm a true believer in this product as well, and the one I use mostly. The main thing to remember with these products is that the main active ingredients are all the same. For the primary active ingredients are the same for each inhaler, and that's the micellized B-varin oil. The B-varin oil is a very rare cannabinoid-rich distillate that has the highest naturally occurring concentration of CBDV and THCV, which are the varin cannabinoids. And that's kind of one of the very unique aspects of it. It also contains, the original oil contains about 76% CBD and about another 4 milligrams, 4% of CBG as well. So from an anti-inflammatory, an anti-anxietal, which would be considered anxiolytic properties, it's quite effective and quite strong with a very unique cannabinoid profile. We've kind of designed things for mostly driving effects. Obviously, the BCOM has things like melatonin and chamomile in it. And so you can see really what the secondary active ingredients is. But with the Be Clear and Be Well and things, we're just kind of trying to create formulas that people are comfortable with. Some people just aren't comfortable with certain ingredients. So we want to make something that has something for everyone. So right here in the Be Clear, it's the primary active ingredient. Just so you can tell people, it's basically, we take 1,100 milligrams of the B variant distillate, and then that is micellized and put into the inhaler. When we have 200 meter plus doses, that's basically inferring that there's 5.5 milligrams of active and then 0.8 milligrams, excuse me, of the ancillaries. You know, there's a little bit of carrier, and then there's also the, you know, on this one, for example, we have the organic ethanol, organic green tea extract, and oleic acid. Those are the primary carriers. So that's the only other ingredients in the Be Clear. The micellization process is rather difficult to explain, but the way I like to explain it so people can understand it, and we find it's a good way to convey the message to people, is that it's basically, we've sonically shattered it into nano-sized particles and then reverse the liposomal heads, which is reversing the cellular structure of it. So the water is drawn into the cell, making it, there's no such thing as a water soluble, because that would be 100% solubility. This is about 99% has water miscible. So we just want to be clear about that as well, in case somebody wants to get very specific on you. But there is no form of water soluble cannabinoid product out there that has, you know, pure solubility. So that's the Be Clear and the kind of a basic micellized product. And then the Be Well, if we could scroll.
Maybe you could just tell them, Will, real quick, like, what is the oleic acid? What is it doing? What is the green tea?
Sure,
extract?
no problem.
Yep.
The organic ethanol is basically just the carrier to keep the actual device clean. And there's a very small amount. You're getting about 0.5 or 5 micrograms in every deployment. The organic green tea is basically being used as a bitter blocker, and it's also incredibly innocuous. There's no caffeine in it. And then the oleic acid is yet another bitter blocker. And these are things to create a much more smooth experience in the pulmonary system. As we know, there's no more rapid absorption than there is at the alveoli head. You're going straight into the bloodstream. There's no liver uptake, no stomach acids, nothing. You're going from the lung to the bloodstream. And that's what makes this so efficacious in such small doses. If you ask anybody in the pharmaceutical industry, the goal of any product is to take as little as possible and get the maximum effect. And that's what we've achieved here. I'm happy to stop and field any questions up until this point.
I would like to ask you a quick question. We've had a few questions come in about the organic ethanol that's listed there. I know you've addressed that already, but can you speak a little bit to the safety of that specific ingredient? Because we've had just a couple concerns come in about that ingredient.
No, absolutely. One, it's organic. It's based out of a wood extract, and then it is in such micro doses. As I said, it's about 5 micrograms, which is, I mean, it's not enough to get a fly intoxicated. So that's what we found to be the safest. We've never had any sort of agitative issues with it. And that's another part of the green tea to kind of smoothen that out as well. But once again, the real main concerns should be kind of averted from the fact it's just such small amounts.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
I've got a quick question.
Yeah.
So all these other ingredients that are in all the different inhalers, are those all those supporting ingredients nanoed as well? And are they, and I've just used the word, are they safe to inhale? Because that's one thing when I was looking at these, like, do I want to be inhaling melatonin? So I just want to make sure that we tell our customers that everything here is safe. It's going to absorb through the lungs normally. That's my question.
Yeah, no, it's a completely legitimate concern. And what we've done is we go for every product we use, we go back to the factory and we have full panels on every ingredient. We have full microbial, heavy metal testing, pesticides, everything to make sure that one, it's up to its organic standard, and two, that there's no trace minerals or any other ingredients in there aside from the active that would cause any sort of issues. We've also spoken with a large board of medical personnel about any indicators, which means like when one product doesn't mix well with another or causes a different effect. And we've had none of those either. But once again, too, we put in such small amounts of everything to make sure that there's just, I mean, you don't need much because of the absorption at the alveoli head. So they're all innocuous ingredients. But from a pulmonary inhalation standpoint, the main goal is putting in such small amounts that there's no agitation at the alveoli head. And the main thing too is that there's no sebaciousness. So all of these things have been steam distilled and not terpene extracted. So they're, imagine like when the distillation process, right? You're basically getting a vapor that recondenses from water into the product. And that's what we're using. So they're all 100% organic, steam distilled ingredients.
So that,
I
so
hope
we
that
say the Be Clear is the base formula, the Be Well. We start to add just a little bit of honey and stevia, right, Will, for a little bit of extra flavor. And I think the honey has some wellness benefits as well.
Yeah, so for the same reason people give it to their kids for coughing, it's also extremely high in antibacterial. So we've once again, consulted quite a few doctors about this, and in the small amounts, they say yes. It's the belief being that one, it helps with any sort of bacteria that might have collected in the lungs using an organic based ingredient and not some sort of chemical that's trying to actually kill a bacterial. It's just antibacterial. So that's one thing we thought was pretty interesting when we did our research. So it's also an anti-inflammatory as well. So it just kind of enhances the existing active ingredients.
Then this is the Be Active is your daytime and pre-workout, post-workout type of blend.
Yeah. And, as you can see, these are all things that people are pretty familiar with when it comes to ginkgo biloba, Korean ginseng. And then this green tea has, I think, a very, very small trace amount of caffeine in it. So once again, these are all extremely small amounts. So when you think about 200, when you take, a milligram or two of something and then divide it by 200, you're getting very, very small innocuous amounts. But once again, it's the potency because of the full solubility at the alveoli head and the absorption factor. So once again, we haven't had any issues. We usually run one of these products through testing for about 6 months, myself always being included in that process. And then we like to give it to people that might have a variety of different pulmonary conditions. And when I say conditions, I mean just, some people that are healthier than others, some people that maybe smoke, like use cannabis. And so we try and see what effect it's going to have on a wide variety of people. And we've been very lucky to date.
And then the evening calming blend, of course. And we have again, if you go to our website, you'll see a lot of use cases and a lot of personal experiences, right, from users. And we have people using these across the board for like panic attacks, things like that, high anxiety, that when you need it, they are there to knock it down quickly.
Yeah.
Sleep in the evening, of course. So I'll let you speak to what's in this one real quick, Will.
Yeah. So once again, these are just things that people are pretty familiar with. Organic lavender, the green tea is still the non-caffeinated version in that one. The stevia is just for the bitter blocker, as is the oleic acid. The melatonin has obviously the melatonin properties. I give it to my children or my 4-year-old every night, or a few nights a week, I should say, and use it myself sometimes. I usually mostly just use this product. Ionic magnesium is just a very calming. It's used in most wellness products for anti-anxiolytic properties. So most of these things are just based around anti-anxiolytic, especially the organic passion flower extract. Once again, these are all organic steam distilled extracts. Be making them full. These are fully water soluble. So we have just a very high concern of safety when making these formulas, but it really comes down to the ingredients and the source of the ingredients, how they were made and extracted, and then once again the very small amounts. So I think one thing to remember is the reason why that brain scan is so compelling, and I really implore all of you to look at that, because it's the greatest selling tool. We're actually doing real-time ones in the next week or two, if because the doctor's flying out to come to the lab, and we're going to be doing real-time ones that you guys will be able to access as well once they're approved by your headquarters. And that should be another compelling tool. But for the one that we have now, when you watch it, the brain is either actively stimulating activity or depressing it. And so the color schematics are based on, is this stimulating or is this depressing? And the doctor had done 2,200 brain scans to date and had never seen all the colors disappear. When we saw that, it really makes you understand the anxiolytic properties of the medication. So it's also, once again, a lot of these formulas are based around just what people's comfort factor are. The Be Calm, though, definitely has a much greater calming effect than the others, but it's the CBD and the THCV and CBDV. CBDV is a very compelling cannabinoid. We've been doing tests with a hospital in South Africa. They've been doing tons of research with children with seizures, and we've been having quite a bit of results there. We have a couple of other compelling stories. I'm not sure if we're allowed to tell them, or if you're, I think just basically listening to them and maybe not using it as a marketing tool. But we've had tremendous success with some teenagers that have seizures over in Ireland from the HPV vaccine. They've been having a tremendous amount of success, and then as well as some autistic patients. So it's been an extremely rewarding product for us. But we'll get that approved by headquarters before anyone uses it for marketing.
And maybe we'll just touch on the idea is these were designed for use as a daily regimen, right? All the 4 formulas can work together a little bit throughout the day and evening. And they're for a daily use as well as like an acute case use.
Precisely.
Right. So that's the key here. And of course, they work in conjunction with other products as well. If you're taking daily tinctures, it's great to do that and keep that up systemically. But then this is a great addition to that you can use on top of that for the quick onset and use. And maybe that's worth running through just quickly, kind of the bioavailability, the reason they all kind of can work together hand in hand. Sorry, go ahead, Will.
No, I that's a very salient point, is because this isn't a product to use instead of American Shaman products. This is a product to use with American Shaman products. It just enhances their benefits. As David said, I mean, all wellness products are typically based on building up in the system. So it's a wellness routine. And, sometimes though, people's affliction could be a little more intense or rapid onset. And this is just a good way to supplement the need at that moment, Yep. Yes, it is part of a daily routine, but I think you guys already have a lot of products that kind of supplement that. So maybe, as a selling point to work in conjunction with other American Shaman products, it's kind of a nice, piggyback.
Those things like COPD, like intense anxiety and panic attacks, like the seizures and real acute pain that need to be knocked down quickly. It's a great go-to, right? I'm sure you're all well familiar with a lot of the bioavailability and onset of effects and things like this. But we have this here on the page for you to look at, and we can run through real quick if you like. But just the idea of how The sublinguals, of course, when they're moving, you could probably speak to this better than I can, Will, but how they run through the liver and why the inhaler running through the lungs is so much quicker. I'll leave that to you.
Yeah, I think, I mean, we've kind of run on here for a minute. Does anybody have any questions? I just want to make sure we're kind of giving you guys what you need. We could talk all day about our
We can
products.
go all day.
Yeah. So if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer.
One thing that I would love to have, and we can do this at the end too, is I know we can't talk about medical issues with our customers, but as the people who are suggesting these products, it would be super helpful to have like a list, say, be well, and here's 4 conditions that we can't treat, but like these are the 4 things that people say. Anxiety, I know to go to Be Calm. If people say, you know, whatever condition it is that they're looking for help with. So we don't have to do it right now. Maybe we can even add it to this portal, but just list like 4 or 5 conditions under each different type of inhaler so that we can make really good recommendations for our consumers.
Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll just put a little piece together, get it approved, and then we'll put it on the portal. And that way everybody has a point of reference and doesn't misquote or anything like that. The main thing to remember, though, is that my recommendation is to anybody selling this product is just always say, you know, please consult your physician when using this product, before using this product, you know, and then, you know, and it's always the caveat, it's not intended to treat or diagnose or cure any disease or illness. So just want everybody being safe, you know, but I think there's certainly a way to send the messaging out there, and we'll make suggestions for sure.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other questions?
I'd maybe touch, if there aren't any real questions, I'd really touch on, like, I guess what we're trying to help you with, and what your question is too, Aubrey, is what are the selling points as well, right? Beyond what it can help with. We touch a bit on bang for the buck, right? When you're talking about this, and this speaks to a little bit around bioavailability and that sort of thing. If a customer is used to using a normal tincture, you know, maybe where they're getting only 25 to 35% uptake because it's not water soluble and it's running through the liver, but you're paying $75 for it. Hey, for $79, you have almost 100% bioavailability, right? So the product really becomes a bang for the buck argument as well that I like to use. So I think that's something for you all. If you're trying to sell products, you're trying to sell something that has a decent margin on it, you're trying to move product, I think this has a sales ability to it as well. I mean, of course, it's all about helping people and solving problems, but we like to solve your revenue problems at the same time if we can. So we want to be helpful in that respect as well. So try to give you others selling points to go with this as well.
Yeah. I appreciate that input, Aubrey. I think that'll be a great addition to this portal, and have.
Oops.
Well, we've probably taken it about as far as we can go. If there's any, except for we want to make sure we answer questions. We know we have, we'll keep giving you marketing materials and things that you can use to help benefit this. And we'll keep adding to this portal. We'll try to stay in very good contact. The man with 2 first names is on the case. He wants to be there for everyone, right? And he will be, right? So please avail yourselves to us. We're happy to answer questions at any time and tell us what we can do to help you, because we think it's an amazing product and we want to help you help your customers. So.
Awesome. Well, if we don't have any other questions, I want to say thank you so much to Dave, Steve, and Will for being here today and for your partnership. You guys have an amazing product, and this added bit of education, I think, is going to allow our franchisees to really have a full understanding of the amazing things that they can help their customers with through your product. So a few things I want to make sure that everyone, all the franchisees, remembers is that everything we walked through today is all in that portal that BE Labs has created for us. So you can reference all of this and really go through it and get it in the noggin so that when people are in your stores, you're prepared to give them this great information about these amazing products. So this is in the news tab in the Hive. So you can click on that tab and the full information is in there. Steve's contact information is in there. The ordering portal, how to get that 50% off your first order. So make sure you're visiting that information square in the news tab. I want to touch again on that 50% off offer. I know I took advantage of that, and I'm so happy that I did. It's amazing to have products in hand that you can have people. I know I sent some to family members to test for me because I have a lot of people in my family that struggle with a lot of different things. And I've gotten great feedback that way. So make sure you're taking advantage of that. It's 50% off the wholesale price that we pay, and you can get up to 2 of each different inhaler. So make sure you're taking advantage of that. I also want to say a big thank you to BE Labs. A few franchisees contacted us with concerns about shipping costs. And in this economy, we're all pinching pennies, and they did go ahead and make shipping free on all orders. So that's a really big deal to us as franchisees because we're accustomed to getting that from our corporate partner. And so the fact that you opened that up for us and extended that to us, we're super, super thankful. Again, the link for this video will be in the news tab, as well as all of the information about how to order, where to find more information, all of that sort of thing. So anyone, I'm going to open it up one last time for questions that anyone has about either ordering or product formulations or usage, anything like that.
I'll say one thing, samples can be sold. They don't have to be used as samples.
Who would say that, Steve?
Oh, the margins just
Yeah,
went up
yeah.
again. The margins
Yeah,
went up.
yeah.
That's great.
The phones are ringing. Good stuff, Mr. Roy.
Thank you
Well-
for the opportunity, Aubrey. Thank you. It's
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thanks so much.
Yes, thank you all for being here and for partnering. Oh, I did have one more question.
Yeah.
Are people, other than your website, do you guys have other stores that you work with, or is this partnership one of your first or a more exclusive partnership? Just so we can say that to our customers, like, you can't get this anywhere else.
This is the first exclusive chain store franchise partnership that we have. And
Okay,
there's
so
nobody
you're
else
online?
who's say that.
You're online and you're in our stores and that's it?
No, we are in other stores, but mostly independent, different stores, CBD stores. We're in a lot of smoke shops and different things we have a lot of other products. So it's
Okay.
in different kind of categories, but this is the first franchise, kind of nationwide franchise partnership we have. Yes,
Awesome.
Absolutely. Exclusive to you. Nobody else is getting free shipping. Nobody else is getting the deals you do. We create.
Awesome.
Nobody else has the display box set up the same way. We haven't done anything. This is all very, very exclusive to Shaman. Yes.
Great. Well, again, thank you so much for sharing your products, sharing your knowledge. And if anyone has any questions, you can always reach out to me at aubrey@asfassociation.com or reach out to Steve, and his contact information is all in the Hive. So thank you all very much for being here, and we'll be talking to you all soon.
Great.
All right.
Thank
Thanks
you
so
all.
much, Aubrey.
Bye now.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye.